The psychology of manipulation, the most used techniques. Before we begin, take a breath, because what you're about to discover may change the way you see people forever. Manipulation is not always loud. It's not always aggressive. Sometimes it's soft, subtle, almost invisible. It hides in compliments, in authority, in fear, in guilt, in good intentions. And the truth is this: you've been manipulated before, more times than you think, by strangers, by co-workers, by people you trusted, even by the systems around you. But once you understand how manipulation works, something powerful happens. You begin to see the hidden strings behind people's behavior. You learn to protect your mind, and most importantly, you become impossible to control. In this video, we will break down the most commonly used manipulation techniques backed by psychology. The techniques used in relationships, workplaces, advertising, politics, and social dynamics. This is not about becoming paranoid, it's about becoming aware. Let's begin. Authority bias, manipulation through power. Authority bias is one of the oldest and most effective manipulation weapons. It works like this. If someone appears powerful, qualified, or high status, people obey them automatically, even when the instructions don't make sense, even when the orders feel wrong, even when the person has no real authority at all. Humans have been trained since childhood to listen to leaders, experts, teachers, bosses, doctors, uniforms, confidence. Manipulators know this. They use status symbols, tone of voice, posture, confidence, expensive clothes, titles, expert opinions to bypass your critical thinking. Authority bias doesn't convince your mind, it overrides it. Because the brain is wired to believe, if someone important says it, it must be true. This is how scams work, how corrupt leaders control crowds, how fake experts gain followers, how narcissists dominate relationships. Remember, confidence is not competence. A badge doesn't make someone honest, a title doesn't make someone right, and an expert voice does not guarantee truth. The moment you stop worshipping authority, you stop being controlled by it. Social proof. Everyone is doing it, manipulation. Social proof is manipulation through the illusion of majority. In simple words, if most people seem to agree with something, your brain assumes it must be true or right. It's not logic, it's biology. Human beings are tribal creatures. Being wrong alone feels worse than being wrong together. So the brain often chooses safety over accuracy. Manipulators take advantage of this instinct. How? Fake testimonials, fake reviews, fake trending products, fake popularity, fake crowd reactions, fake agreement, peer pressure, groupthink, social media follower counts. Everyone supports this. Narratives. When you feel like an outsider for disagreeing, you become easier to influence. This is why social pressure can make people buy things they don't need, follow beliefs they don't understand, stay silent when they should speak, join groups they don't align with, abandon logic just to belong. The painful truth is, people often prefer to fit in instead of being correct. But here is the ironic part. Crowds are frequently wrong, and the cost of following the crowd blindly is that you give up your ability to think for yourself. True strength is this: being willing to stand alone when the crowd loses its mind. Scarcity manipulation. You might lose it. Scarcity is one of the most powerful psychological triggers ever discovered. Why? Because the human brain is wired to fear loss more than it desires gain. This is why manipulators use scarcity to force fast decisions, emotional decisions, and irrational decisions. Scarcity sounds like, "Only 2 left. Last chance. This opportunity won't come again. Someone else might take it. You might lose me. You'll regret this if you don't act now." The strategy is simple. Make you believe something is rare, and you'll chase it, even if it's not valuable. even if you don't actually need it, even if you wouldn't want it under normal circumstances. Scarcity manipulates by attacking your survival instinct. The fear of missing out, the fear of being too late, the fear of losing something important. And here's the truth most people don't realize. Manipulators rarely offer something rare. They simply create the illusion that it is. Once the pressure disappears, your clarity returns. And suddenly, the thing that felt urgent no longer feels important at all. This is why awareness is essential. Scarcity is a psychological trap, not a sign of value. Fear appeal. Manipulation through threat fear is the strongest motivator in the human psyche. And manipulators know this better than anyone. Fear appeal is the manipulation technique that works by making your brain believe. If you don't obey, something bad will happen. It doesn't have to be a physical threat. Most of the time it's emotional, social, or psychological. Fear appeal sounds like, if you leave me, you'll regret it. If you don't listen, you'll fail. People will laugh at you. Nobody will believe you. You'll lose everything. You'll be alone. Something bad will happen. Fear bypasses logic. It shuts down the rational mind and activates the survival brain, the part that reacts, not thinks. This is why fear is used in abusive relationships, politics, marketing, religious cults, workplaces, parenting, social pressure, media narratives, high control groups. Fear creates dependence, not because the manipulator is strong, but because the victim feels weak. And here's something crucial. Fear becomes manipulation only when someone creates the threat and then pretends to offer the solution. This is classic psychological control. They break your sense of safety and then make you believe they are the only one who can restore it. The moment you realize that fear is being engineered, not discovered, you take back your power. Guilt tripping. Emotional manipulation. If I can't control your mind, I'll control your emotions. Guilt tripping is one of the manipulator's favorite tools because it works especially well on kind, empathetic people. Unlike fear, which attacks your safety, guilt attacks your morality, your desire to be good, your desire to not hurt others. Guilt tripping sounds like this. After everything I've done for you, I guess I'm the bad guy now. If you really cared, you would do this. You're disappointing me. I can't believe you would treat me like this. Everyone else does what I ask. Why can't you? The goal is not to make you feel bad. The goal is to make you feel responsible for someone else's emotions. They want you to believe their sadness is your fault, their anger is your fault, their pain is your fault, their life is your fault. When you feel guilty, you become compliant. And the manipulator knows that the more guilt they create, the more control they gain. Healthy people express needs. Manipulative people weaponize them. Remember, just because someone feels something doesn't mean you caused it. And it definitely doesn't mean you should be controlled by it. Gaslighting. Distorting your reality. If I can rewrite your reality, I can rewrite your decisions. Gaslighting doesn't manipulate your emotions. It manipulates your perception of the world. This is psychological warfare. Gaslighting works by making you question your memory, your intuition, your interpretation, your emotions, your sanity. A gaslighter denies obvious facts, rewrites events, and blames you for things they did. They twist your reality until you start believing their version instead of your own. They say things like, "That never happened. You're imagining things. Stop being dramatic. You always misunderstand me. Why are you overreacting? You can't trust your memory." The goal: to break your ability to trust yourself. Because once you stop trusting your own perception, you start depending entirely on theirs. And when someone controls the way you perceive reality, they control everything you think, feel, and do. Gaslighting is not confusion. It is erosion. Slow and silent erosion of your self-confidence. The moment you recognize it, you step back into your own reality, and the gaslighter loses power instantly. Love bombing. Manipulation through excessive affection. They give you everything, to take everything. Love bombing is the manipulation technique that feels beautiful until it becomes suffocating. At first, it feels like the perfect relationship. Intense passion, non-stop affection, constant attention, grand declarations, instant emotional connection. It feels magical because it is designed to. Love bombing is not love. It is a strategy. The goal is to attach you emotionally, fast and deeply. Once you're attached, the manipulator switches behavior. The affection fades, the praise drops, the attention disappears, and suddenly you feel confused and insecure. Now you start chasing the version of them from the beginning. You try harder, you give more, you tolerate more, because you believe that if you do better, you'll get that version back. But that version never existed. It was bait. Love bombing is manipulation disguised as romance. It is control disguised as passion. It is dependency disguised as chemistry. Real love is steady. Manipulative love is intense, then cold. The technique is simple. They overwhelm you to attach you, then withdraw to control you. Foot in the door technique. Gradual manipulation. If I can make you say yes once, I can make you say yes again. This manipulation technique doesn't attack your emotions or your perception. It attacks your consistency. Humans have a deep psychological need to act consistently with their previous choices. Manipulators use this to slowly break your boundaries. It starts simple. A tiny request, a harmless favor, a small agreement. You think it means nothing. Then comes the second request, a bit larger, then the third, then the fourth. Each one slightly bigger than the last. And before you realize it, you are doing things you never would have agreed to in the beginning. Foot-in-the-door manipulation works because your brain rationalizes. I already said yes before, so I guess it makes sense to say yes again. But the truth is, each yes was crafted to train your compliance. Each small step lowered your resistance. And each acceptance made the next one easier. By the time you recognize the pattern, you're already far down a path you never consciously chose. The slowest manipulation is often the strongest. The illusion of choice. Fake options. You think you're choosing, but the outcome is already decided. One of the most elegant forms of manipulation is giving people choices that all lead to the same result. It looks like freedom. It feels like control, but it's a trap. The illusion of choice sounds like you can choose A or B, but both benefit the manipulator. Do you want to do it now or later? But you'll do it either way. Which package do you want? Not do you want this at all? You can stay or you can apologize. You can help me or watch everything fall apart. The manipulator frames your options so that no matter what you pick, you're still giving them what they want. It's a psychological trick that exploits the brain's desire for autonomy. People feel safer when they believe they are choosing freely. So manipulators create a false sense of freedom, while steering the outcome exactly where they want it. True choice empowers you. Fake choice controls you. Knowing the difference protects your autonomy. The emotional reward-punishment cycle. The push-pull game that keeps you addicted. If gaslighting destroys your reality, if love bombing changes your emotional state, if guilt-tripping weakens your boundaries, the reward-punishment cycle binds you to the manipulator. It works like this. Step 1. You behave the way they want. They reward you. Attention, love, kindness, approval, peace. Step 2. You disagree, resist, or set boundaries. They punish you. Silence, anger, withdrawal, distance, criticism. Step 3. The cycle repeats, unpredictably. This unpredictability is what makes the manipulation so powerful. Your brain becomes addicted to the moments of reward because they feel like relief after emotional punishment. Psychology calls this intermittent reinforcement, and it is the same mechanism used in casinos, slot machines, toxic relationships, addictive apps, cult psychology, trauma bonding. Your nervous system becomes trained to chase the next good moment, no matter how toxic the cycle is. The truth is simple. In a healthy relationship, you don't have to earn peace. In manipulation, peace becomes the prize that keeps you trapped. Conclusion: awareness breaks the chains. Manipulation works best in the dark. It thrives on confusion, self-doubt, emotional overload, and psychological instinct. But once you understand the techniques, authority, social proof, scarcity, fear, appeal, guilt, gaslighting, love bombing, foot in the door, fake choice, and the reward-punishment cycle, you begin to see the world with new eyes. You recognize patterns you once ignored. You understand behaviors you once excused. And you start trusting your intuition again. The purpose of this video is not to make you suspicious, but to make you aware. Because when you are aware, you are no longer easy to control. You are no longer manipulated by fear. You are no longer fooled by affection. You are no longer guided by pressure or guilt. Awareness gives you freedom. Freedom gives you clarity. Clarity gives you power. And once you reclaim your mind, nobody can take it from you again. Thank you for watching Mastery of Mindset. If this video helped you understand manipulation on a deeper level, hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe for more psychology, mindset, and self-awareness content. And leave a comment telling me, which manipulation technique surprised you the most, and what topic should I break down next? See you in the next video.